Hey everyone, and welcome back to IGNOU Mind Decoded. I am so incredibly excited to be your guide today because we're jumping right into a truly essential masterclass. Today, we're completely unlocking Unit 4, the language of formal letters. And look, whether you're just prepping for your exams right now or you're getting ready to step out into the professional world, mastering the art of the formal letter, it's literally a superpower. So I'm going to break down this entire chapter for you step by step in super simple, easy to understand language. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with a quick intro to formal letters, then we'll compare formal versus informal styles and figure out how to perfectly tailor your tone. After that, we'll talk about avoiding those overused, clunky words, updating our vocabulary with gender-neutral language, and finally, we'll wrap the whole thing up with a complete chapter summary.
So, starting with Section 1, Intro to Formal Letters, Setting the Professional Standard. Now you might be wondering, hey, we use quick emails and text for literally everything these days, so why do I even need to learn about formal letters? Well, it's because knowing how to craft a well-written formal message is absolutely critical for your professional success. Whether you're writing to a business, corresponding with an office, or applying for that dream job, this specialized language is exactly what shows them you're a serious professional. So, what actually makes a letter formal? Let's take a look at this definition. Formal communication is built on 4 really key pillars. First, it has to be precise, meaning you get straight to the point without any confusing fluff. Second, it needs to be formal, using standard professional phrasing. But, and this is a big one, it must also be friendly and polite. You see, being formal doesn't mean sounding like some cold, unfeeling Robert. It just means showing genuine respect and consideration for the person reading your message.
All right, let's move right along to Section 2, Formal versus Informal Style, Knowing Your Register.
So in language, your register is really just the style or tone you choose to use. And that changes completely depending on who you're actually writing to. I mean, you wouldn't speak to a bank manager the exact same way you talk to your best friend, right? Your writing should reflect that exact same shift. Let's look at a really practical example here from our dictionary of formality. Notice how everyday casual phrases totally transform when we shift our register. Like if a friend lets you crash at their house, informally you'd probably just say thanks for putting me up. But in a formal letter, you'd express gratitude for your hospitality. Or instead of saying, sorry I haven't written, you'd write, please accept my apologies for not writing to you. See? It's the exact same underlying meaning, it's just, dressed up in a professional suit.
And this slide brilliantly illustrates that difference in action. On the left, we've got this super chatty, informal style. It's been a while since we wrote, so I thought I'd drop you a line. It's casual, it uses a bit of slang, and it feels just like a relaxed, everyday conversation. But then, look over on the right. The formal business memo states, the numbers are in, and I am proud to inform you. This formal style is clear, it's sensible, and it's completely objective. It gets right down to the business facts without being overly buddy-buddy. Which brings us to Section 3, Tailoring Your Tone, Matching your message to your purpose.
Now here's the thing. Even within the world of formal letters, one single style definitely doesn't fit every situation. You actually have to adjust your specific tone based on 2 things: your relationship with the reader and the exact goal of your message. Like, are you trying to sell them something, or are you maybe declining their application? The tone absolutely has to match the goal. For instance, if you're a bank promoting a brand new service to a valued customer, you'd want a really personal and friendly tone. To get that warmth, you should use personal pronouns like we and you. You'll want to write using the active voice, keep your sentences relatively short, and hey, even ask direct questions to the reader. Doing this makes a formal letter feel highly personalized, like one actual human being talking directly to another rather than some automated computer-generated notice.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we handle bad news. Look on the left. If we say, you have not paid your telephone bill, it sounds highly aggressive, right? It's almost accusing, all because it uses that direct, personal you. But by shifting to a more impersonal, indirect style, we can just say, the bill has not been paid. Notice how the you is completely removed? It's like magic. This perfectly softens the bad news, it completely avoids offending the reader, and it sounds so much more polite, all while still getting the exact same point across.
All right, let's keep the momentum going with Section 4, Avoiding Overused Words, the Power of Plain English.
Okay, students, listen up, because I'm about to share a huge secret that so many people get wrong. Good formal writing is not about using the biggest, most complicated words you can dig out of a dictionary. Actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. It's about using clear, plain English. A lot of writers fall into the trap of using these tired, wordy phrases because they mistakenly think it makes them sound, more professional. But we really need to cut the fluff. Take a look at this. Instead of typing out during the course of, just say during. Instead of the super clunky in spite of the fact that, simply use despite. And instead of allow a few days to elapse, just politely say please wait. Dropping all these unnecessary extra words literally saves the reader's time and makes your message infinitely easier to understand.
I actually absolutely love this quote from the famous American author Mark Twain. Back when he was a journalist, he was paid by the word. And he said, "I never write Metropolis for 7 cents because I can get the same price for City." I mean, how great is that? This perfectly illustrates our golden rule of writing. Shorter, simpler, more familiar words will always put you and your reader on the same page. Those long, abstract words, they honestly just make it harder to communicate your actual point.
Moving right along to Section 5, Gender-Neutral Language, Updating Our Professional Vocabulary.
Let's do a quick test with a famous riddle to see exactly why this matters. I really want you to think about this one. Okay, here it goes. The surgeon takes one look at the patient and says, "I cannot operate on this man. He's my son." But the surgeon is not the father. So who is the surgeon? Have you guessed it yet? The surgeon is his mother. Now, if you struggled with that for a second, don't worry. It's because our cultural habits often create these unconscious gender biases where we just automatically assume doctors are male. But this perfectly shows why our language and our society have to reflect one another. Outdated language just has absolutely no place in a modern formal letter.
Because of those deep-rooted biases, we have to actively make direct vocabulary upgrades in our writing. Things like the outdated term manpower should really be updated to human resources. Mailman becomes the much better gender-neutral mail carrier. Chairman turns into chairperson. And please, whatever you do, never write lady doctor. Just write doctor. I mean, a doctor's a doctor, right? It's incredibly vital that we drop these outdated gendered pronouns and stereotypes to make completely sure that our formal writing is respectful, professional, and inclusive to absolutely everyone.
And just like that, we've made it to Section 6, Chapter Summary. Let us sum up.
All right, it is time for our quick revision. Let's tie all this together into a neat little package that's absolutely perfect for your exam prep. Here are your 4 main takeaways from this entire unit. Number 1, always keep your business letters formal, precise, and polite. Number 2, remember to tailor your tone. Use a personal style when you want to build a relationship and an impersonal style to gracefully soften bad news. Number 3, cut those wordy phrases and fully embrace the power of plain, simple English. And number 4, always use modern, gender-neutral terms to properly reflect today's professional world. Seriously, I highly encourage you to take a screenshot of this slide right now to save for your study notes.
Finally, I want to leave you with this one provocative thought. Your words reflect your professionalism. Literally every single time you write a formal letter, you are presenting yourself to the whole world. So what message are you sending? Make sure it's a clear, polite, and thoroughly professional one. For more clear explanations and daily IGNOU videos, subscribe to IGNOU Mind Decoded.